truth seekers. Welcome back. Zach here. It's Saturday, March 11th, 2017. Let's quickly dissect three pieces of propaganda in the media. One is the beef between the Manhattan attorney and Donald Trump, a March 11th headline. Another is this intruder arrested at the White House just before midnight of March 11th. And there was also reportedly a bombing in Damascus today with 33 killed. So we'll begin right here with CNN's front page story this morning. U.S. Attorney to Trump, fire me. We'll just start with the headlines. CNN is always coding their headlines in the language of gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. The headline has gematria of 112. Just like the title U.S. Attorney, the beef is between a U.S. Attorney in Manhattan and Trump. Of course, Trump has a number of Manhattan connections himself, where he was the night of the selection. The name Donald's 112, just like Zionist, just like Judaism, they're calling Trump the first Jewish president because all of his children have married into powerful Jewish families. Show you something real quick in the language of gematria about the name Trump and the word Jewish. Notice that Trump has gematria of 88, just like the word Jewish. Not a coincidence. Zionism. Pretty much what modern day Judaism is. You know, in the Bible it says in the end times the false Jews will rule. The false Jews are the Zionist Jews. Israel, the Zionist nation, almost every Jewish person alive supports Israel. So pretty much Israel, Zionism, Jewish, it's all one and the same. But here's why this news is coming today, March 11th, 11/3, as it's written in most parts of the world. The attorney, his name is Preet, and his name in gematria sums to 113. Favorite number of the Zionists. Bava Kamal 113a says it's okay for somebody who's Jewish to lie to somebody who isn't. The word mainstream 113, the word dishonest, the word perjury, the word bullshit, the word fiction, all 113. Scottish also has gematria of 113, as in Scottish Rite Freemasonry, which Donald Trump is a part of, which is what runs your media, what runs your government. Scottish Rite Freemasonry, what established the United States of America. The last time Trump and this man met before today was November 30th. They met on November 30th, 11/30, as we write it in the U.S., another 113. From that day to today, March 11th, is 3 months and 11 days, 113 in reverse. This is what it is, news by the numbers. This is a big front page story, and you can take the time to read the story. You can take the time to watch YouTube's 3-minute story. There's nothing there. There's nothing to this story. There's no even explanation of what the beef is. It's just said that there's a beef between these two. And of course, this fuels ongoing narratives. Donald Trump, running into constitutional problems, trying to block Muslim countries from being able to travel to the U.S., having judges overturn his executive orders. The narrative here is Donald Trump not merging well with the law. That's the reason for this news. That's why there's no content to it, really. It's just another subliminal mind drop. Something for people to see in the headlines. This man's name, the man he's beefing with, also has gematria of 211, the reflection of 112. 211 is the 47th prime number, President 47, White House 47, Government 47, Authority 47. I just put out the video yesterday on the judge in Canada resigning for the sexually inappropriate remarks. A federal official resigning over sexually inappropriate remarks. Think about that in regards to Donald Trump, the pussy grabber. So here's CNN's full story. I mean, you can pause and just read here. There's nothing to this story. You can watch their 3-minute video. There's nothing to the story. It's just a headline they're putting in front of your face by the numbers. every single day, all your news reports is manufactured, pre-packaged, pre-planned news. The news for all of 2017 scripted. The news is no different than a TV sitcom. Planned in advance, written, scripted, all for the sake of agenda for controlling the minds of the masses. They mentioned that this attorney has ties to Senator Chuck Schumer in New York, the Zionist Jew, the man who talks out of both sides of his mouth. You know, a decade ago, he was one of the biggest oppositions to the illegal wars going on. Then when the Democrats had power, he was one of the biggest defenders of the wars. It's just amazing how a man like that can keep getting put back in office. It's like, what does he stand for? He clearly stands for nothing. He stands on this side today, he stands on this side tomorrow, but he gets to just stay in office. You know, how long has Chuck Schumer been in office for? I think as long as I've been alive. Maybe longer. But look at Schumer's name. You know, perfect match for New York. New York, the Zionist Jewish Mecca. 39 books in the Old Testament. Everything about New York's history is 39. Date of establishment. Politicians. Buildings. 39 stories tall. United Nations, which is a Zionist front. So here's another headline. They said an intruder, March 10th, almost at midnight, March 11th, tried to get into the White House. They're not putting out his name. They're just calling him an intruder. In this story, they referenced the 2014 White House breaching by 42-year-old Omar Gonzalez. Go back and watch my video from the day of that news. You know, I've been here this long breaking down the news, showing news by the numbers every day. It was the same thing then as it is now. They said because of this, they had to declare a code orange. Isn't it a code orange every day in the White House with the orange Oompa Loompa there? Anyway, code orange, you know, that color with the 33 gematria. Orange 33, like federal, like order. Remember, Washington, D.C. equals 137, which is the 33rd prime number. Masonry 33, secrecy 33, you know. Special number here. George Washington, 33rd degree Freemason, which the territory is named after. So anyway, code orange on March 11th, they declare. March 11th. Think about what 3 times 11 is. You know, 3 times the master number 11, 33, a code orange on March 11th. We just talked about the significance of 113, mainstream, dishonest, Scottish. I want you to notice that the word federal also has gematria 51. Today's date has 51 numerology. Notice also the gematria of 138. We talked about this yesterday. The judge in Canada had 138 name gematria. Donald Trump has the 138 name gematria. But with regards to federal and 51, don't forget that conspiracy also has the gematria 51. And the reason we've been programmed in this society to dismiss the word conspiracy is because the nation is run by conspiracy. You see, if you're the powers that be, you want to teach the masses who you control with conspiracy to dismiss the truth, as they have done so well in this nation. They said the breach happened technically yesterday, very late, almost March 11th, date with 50 numerology and 23 matching the name Donald. America has the gematria 50. Years ago, it was the 42-year-old Omar Gonzalez, a name that has a lot of ties to President and White House. Some of my readers caught something. Miss Penny Drops says just before midnight, as it's phrased. Let's just check to make sure she did her math right. Just before midnight, 88, just like Trump. Perfect, you know. Great catch there. For those of you who don't read my blog, you know, there's comments like this to almost every post I make. People always catch things that I didn't catch. That's because I'm always working so quickly, you know. I never put in the full amount of time that I should dedicate to any of the work I do, because there's just so much to keep up with. Plus, I have a million other things to do. Plus, I'm trying to write a book, you know. Got to take care of everything else. So just so you know, whatever I share, there's always more to expand on. That's why I teach the skills, and I'm grateful for all the people who follow my blog, post comments, let me know what I missed. If you don't follow my blog, you miss out on a lot. All right, third headline. 33 people killed in Damascus twin blasts. We know how they love to do things in two. Those two pillars in Freemasonry, two representing division, attacks, war, all about division. Two towers, two bombings in Boston. It's all propaganda by the numbers. So they tell us 33 were killed on March 11th. 33, 113. Been talking about these numbers together for the entire time I've been doing this research. They said the bomb went off near a cemetery. And right now in the U.S., we're getting all these headlines about Jewish cemeteries being attacked. Anyway, Damascus, very biblical city. They say the end will be foreshadowed by the destruction of Damascus. This bombing in Damascus. Notice Damascus, Syria, and Gematria in light of Holy Bible. This is biblical territory right here. Do you see the parallels in Gematria? The 45, the 153, the number from the miraculous catch in the Bible? I just caught that today for the first time. Holy Bible in reverse ordinal, 153. And let's not forget, in light of the 33 dead, that Bible in reverse is 33, just like good book. Christians typically worship on Sunday. But who is the Son, Saturday is the original day of worship in the Bible, the Sabbath day. The Jewish faith still worships on Saturday. Of course, the Bible, the first 39 books for the Jewish faith, the latter 27 books for the Christian faith. This attack coming on a Saturday, the Sabbath day, the original holy day in the Bible. Isaiah 17, which is in the Old Testament, has the prophecy against Damascus. See, Damascus will no longer be a city, but will become a heap of ruins. Today is also just before the start of Purim, one of the many Jewish holy days, remembering the tragedies against them. So much of the Jewish religion's remembering the tragedies against them. Remember Tisha B'Av? Speaking of twin blasts, let's remember what Tisha B'Av is. Tisha B'Av. This is the Jewish holy day of remembrance of the destruction of the two temples. The two temples? The two towers on 9/11 with the Israeli Mossad agents documenting the attack, recording it, and then being sent back to Israel, told to us in our own news. Meanwhile, we continue to give them millions and millions of dollars every single day, the nation that attacked us on 9/11. Do you know why that is? Because Israel is run by the same people that run the U.S. The U.S. was established by Jewish banker tyrants who've always run it, and have used the U.S. as a war machine to fulfill their ongoing agenda, destroying the Middle East, establishing Israel, the world wars. The world wars were mostly about what was done in the Middle East, which is left out of our history books. Instead, they have you focus on their contrived villain, Adolf. But anyway, Purim 77, Judaism 77. This cemetery where the bomb went off has Gematria 44, the kill number, genocide equals 44, execution 44. You learn about the false genocide of the Jews in World War II, which never happened, which there's not a shred of evidence for. Not a single documented piece of evidence, but almost everyone believes it. So many people go, I'm not a Holocaust denier. Well, why aren't you? That makes you a moron if you're not. That makes you a gullible sheep if you're not, because the Holocaust never happened. Holocaust equals 33 and 42. Freemason 42, Zionism 42. The Holocaust began in 42, supposedly. It's all propaganda by the numbers. There's no evidence the Holocaust ever happened. But there's plenty of evidence of all the genocides waged by Jewish tyrants over the years, including the genocide of the natives. Who do you think's paid for all the military aggression in the United States of America? The Jewish banker tyrants, from the murder of natives to the murder of Latin Americans to the murder of Africans to the murder of the people all over this planet. See, that's what the real killers do. Kill everybody and then create a false story to create sympathy for them. And how can they do this all? Because they control government and media, and they put out all the information they want the minds of the worlds to have. And look at what the minds of the worlds believe in this world. All they believe is what comes through the TV and the news, which is controlled by the Zionist Jews. The full name of this cemetery also has gematria of 84. Remember the divisors of 44, sum to 84, Zionism and Masonry, sum to 84. The full name of the cemetery also has gematria of 174, like New World Order. Let's not forget that 84 also connects to United States of America, the Zionist Masonic nation. One more point. This Jewish holiday happening today, Purim, this story is recorded in the book of Esther, which is the 17th book of the Old Testament. 17th book. It's Isaiah 17, the prophecy of the destruction of Damascus. Damascus has bombs going off on Purim. The word kill also has gematria of 17, so does the word mason. When you take the numbers 1 through 17 and add them together, they sum to 153, like Holy Bible. The word God also has gematria of 17. There's a reason for all of this coding. There's a reason the story's the miraculous catch of 153 fish, just like there's a reason this story comes today on March 11th. The Zionist Jews, the Freemasons, they've built this world around us, the news, the spiritual texts. You learn the numbers, you learn to see through the propaganda. Until next time.